If you cannot accept losses, then huwag ka mag-trade. Kasi alam mo, one of the hardest truth about trading is losses are not a mistake. They're part of the business. Marami kasi mga traders, they enter the market believing that if they study hard enough, find the perfect strategy, or follow the right mentor, they will eventually reach a point wherein they almost never lose. However, hindi naman kasi ganun yung market. It doesn't work that way. Even the best trader in the world, hedge fund manager pa yan, institutional traders, or mga seasoned professionals, they also experience losses regularly. Ang pinagkaiba lang is they do not avoid it. They do not avoid losses. The difference is they accept them. Yung trading kasi is a probability game. It's not a certainty game. Meaning, it's like every time you take a trade, it is simply about betting with an edge. So even if your strategy is 60%, 60% win rate, that means sa 10 trade mo, 4 doon may losses. And sometimes yung mga losses na yun consecutively dumadating. And that's the time na yung mga traders where they emotionally break. And you will start to question yourself na parang, mali ba analysis ko? Sira na ba strategy ko? Bakit parang lagi ako natatalo? And then dyan napapasok yung mga dangerous behavior katulad ng revenge trading, nag-increase ka na lang lot size mo para ma-recover yung mga losses mo, tinatanggal mo na yung stop loss mo, kasi go-overtrade ka na. Psychologically speaking, yung ganitong behavior, ang tawag dito is loss aversion. This is a cognitive bias wherein yung pain of losing feels twice as powerful as the pleasure of winning. So, kumbaga, yung nararamdaman mo na pleasure sa pagkapanalo, times 2 nun yung sakit pag nawalan ka. Kaya most of the time, yung mga traders, they often try to avoid losing at all cost. Kahit anong mangyayari, ayoko matalo, ganon. Kahit masira yung long-term system ko, bahala na, basta hindi ako magkaroon ng talo, ganon. Kasi ganon yung brain natin, wired siya na protektahan yung sarili natin. So, as much as possible, ayaw ng brain natin ng talo, ayaw ng pagkatalo. Kaya, ironically speaking, yung mga traders na nagiging successful, sila yung mga comfortable matalo. Kasi parang natingin ko, they understand the principle of a small, controlled loss is the cost of staying in the game. So, yung mga professional traders, they treat losses as the same way business owners treat their expenses. Ito, sample. Kunwari, restaurant owner ka. Hindi ka naman nagpapanik if you pay your yung rental, di ba? Kung logistic company owner ka. Hindi ka naman umiiyak kapag nagbabayad ka ng pang-gasolina, di ba? Pang-fuel mo, di ba? Kasi those are operating costs. And if you will come to think of it, ang trading naman, kung meron ka operating cost dyan, yun yung losses mo. Siyempre, ang goal ito is not to eliminate the losses. The goal here is to manage them properly. So, yung mga disiplinadong trader, they think this way. Hindi ko naman kailangan manalo every trade. Ang kailangan ko lang, maging mas malaki yung mga winners ko compared sa mga losing trades. That is why, di ba, paulit-ulit sinasabi ng mga mentors nyo, or even sa social media, mababasam talaga, it's all about risk management. Kasi yun yung pinaka-real foundation ng trading success. Kasi if you cannot emotionally accept losing 1%, 2% ng capital mo yung pag-trade, you will eventually feel na you will be doing something irrational. And yung irrational decision na yun, usually, yun yung nagpapasunog ng mga accounts natin. Kasi honestly, yung mga sunog-sunog na yan, hindi naman dahil sa bad strategy natin, pangit strategy natin, mali strategy natin. They normally happen because yung trader, they cannot accept losses. They cannot accept being wrong. So, yun, tanggalan lang yung stop loss. And yun, syempre, yung market, papaluin ka niyan, it will teach you a very expensive lesson. Kasi yung market will not reward the ego. It rewards discipline. That is why, isa sa mga pinaka-importanting question ng mga trader na kailangan tanong sa sarili nila is, can I accept being wrong? Repeatedly, without losing control. Paulit-ulit mo tanongin sa sarili mo, kaya ko bang i-accept yung losses ng paulit-ulit na hindi ako nasisiraan ng bait? Kasi kapag ang sagot mo sa sarili mo, hindi. Trading will always feel emotionally exhausting. But guys, once you come to a point wherein you already accept the losses as part of the process, as part of the operating business, something powerful might shift or might happen in you. And makikita mo yung sarili mo na you stop fighting the market, you stop chasing revenge trades, and you will start seeing yourself trading and executing plan calmly. And that's when trading begins to look less like a gambling and more like a professional process ng probability, patience, and discipline. So remember, it's loss aversion. And you have to be aware that sometimes we really experience those behavior wherein nawawala talaga tayo sa sarili natin. That's why nagkakaroon tayo ng loss aversion. So that's for our psychological topic, for our trading psychology playlist. So right now, let's go to the fundamental analysis. So, I'm a gold trader, metal trader po tayo. So, specifically, yung trade natin regularly is si gold. So, ngayon tingnan natin kung kamusta ba si gold, update ngayon sa news. So, fundamentally speaking, meaning we will be talking about the macroeconomics and geopolitical tension na nangyari ngayon. And right now, umakyat ng mga 5,210 si gold. While si Middle East, medyo nag-intensify pa. And nag-escalate pa yung tension sa Middle East. Kasi si US and Israel daw, nag-launch ng isa sa malakas nilang attack kay Iran. Syempre, yung ongoing conflict na yun will continue support yung mga safe haven assets. So, si gold isa na yan dyan. So, medyo nagbago yung tone, nag-shift yung tone ni Donald Trump kasi sabi niya na yung conflict daw might end soon. Pero bakit sila nagbomba ng isa sa pinakamalakas nila na atake kay Iran, di ba? So, parang this gives us an idea na they're being more aggressive hanggat hindi na napapabagsak si Iran. So, baka matagal pa tong war na to. So, ngayon, mas lumalala yung market uncertainty dahil nga dun sa conflicting message ng mga US officials na ngayon, dinilit pa daw nila yung statement na yun. So, ngayon kasi dinedeny ng White House na nag-escort daw sila ng oil tanker dun sa Strait Hormuz. So, para maintindihan nyo na ba yung Strait Hormuz na yun? Yung Strait of Hormuz is daanan siya. Parang sobrang kitig nila na daanan sa dagat doon sa Middle East. So, nag-uugnay siya, parang connecting siya ng Persian Gulf tsaka ng Gulf of Oman. Ito kasi isa sa mga pinakamalaking oil shipping route sa buong mundo. So, ngayon, dito dumadaan yung mga malalaking oil supply sa mundo. Like, roughly mga 20% ng global oil trade dun dumadaan sa Strait of Hormuz. Kasi yung mga nag-export dyan sila, Saudi Arabia, UAE, Kuwait, Iraq, Iran. So, dyan sila dumadaan para makapag-export ng global oil supply. So, ngayon, since super kitid nung daan, as in manipis lang yung daan na yan, tinuturing to na parang strategic choke point. So, kapag nagkakaroon ng conflict, kasi yung possibility na maepektuhan yung global energy supply kasi harangan lang nila yun kasi nga manipis lang siya eh. So ngayon dahil sa tension sa US, Israel, tsaka Iran, yung market natatakot sila na baka harangin yun, madisrupt yung oil tankers na dadaan doon, magkaroon ng mga military confrontation sa area. So, mas tataas yung presyo ng oil, which is ngayon nga tumataas na diba yung presyo ng oil. Kakaroon syempre ng global inflation risk, hindi lang dito sa Pilipinas, sa buong mundo. So, yung itong inflation risk, syempre, ito yung possible makapag-impluensya dun sa magiging decision ng Fed regarding sa rate cut. So, possible nga daw, isa na lang daw ang maging rate cut this year dahil nga sa inflation risk. So, anong epekto nito sa gold? Actually, bullish pa rin to sa gold. Yung mga gitong news, hanggat merong mga geopolitical tension, merong inflation risk, and yung mga nangyayari na nakaganapan ngayon sa mundo, it's still bullish for gold. However, kung mapapansin nyo, bumabagsak si gold ngayon, and nagko-consolidate siya because si US dollar naman yung malakas. Kasi as you all know, syempre si US dollar is also safe haven asset din yan. So, syempre, dapat ang bias pa rin talaga for gold is buy pa rin talaga. So, right now, sisilipin natin yung chart natin sa gold para makita natin kung kamusta ba yung ginagalaw ng market. Kasi doon naman nagpiprint yun sa chart. Makikita natin sa mga candlestick yung actual na nangyayari ngayon sa global market, nagpiprint yan dun sa chart. So, ngayon tignan natin, right now, kung papansin nyo, yung market is nagko-consolidate nga after this drop. So, nasa 4-hour time frame tayo guys kasi nagsiswing trade tayo. So, sa mga, dyan, scalpers, medyo hindi applicable sa inyo to. So, nalagay tayo dito na resistance natin. And then, for our support, dito tayo. Ayan. This will be our support. Mapapansin nyo, dyan siya nagbabounce dito. Ilang beses siya nagbounce dito, nagre-react yung market dito. So, kinonsider natin itong support. And then, ilang beses din nagre-react yung market sa area na to. Kahit dito pala, nagre-react na siya. So, na-consider natin itong resistance natin. So, yung market is moving upward, downward, upward, downward. So, that means yung market is consolidating. And right now, ang ginawa niya dito is binrake niya. Binrake ito atin yung solid resistance dito, tinest niya. And possible, ito is confluence to buy. So, yun yung possible na mangyari sa market kasi magkaroon na tayo ng breakout and retest. So, the best time to enter here, bago ka makapag-buy, is here. Dito ka papasok. Pag nalagpasan niya to, tong area na to, then we already have a confluence to buy. So, ito yung next na resistance natin. So, saan ka pwedeng mag-entry dyan ng buy-in, mag-exit. So, pwede tayo dito maglagay ng buy stop. Tayo ng TP, just below. Tayo ng below the resistance. And then, exit natin ng 30 to 40 pips below the previous resistance. Now, ngayon, support na siya. So, ngayon, nag-reward ratio na 1:66. If you want to improve this risk-reward ratio, pwede mong ma-consider itong all-time high dito. Maglagay ka ng isa pang entry here. And this setup is 1:3. So, ayan na guys. I hope mayroon ka natututunan today. Good luck sa mga trades niyo. See you tomorrow!